90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days star Adnan Abdelfattah cemented his position as a top franchise villain within months of his debut in Season 7. Adnan is a young model from Jordan currently residing in Texas with his much older wife, Tiger Lily Taylor. Adnan and Tiger Lily met on Instagram in June 2023. They got married on camera in December 2023. On the first day Tiger Lily and Adnan met in person. Adnan has been accused of forcing his faith on Tiger Lily, who suffered in her previous marriage to a controlling ex-husband. Marrying Adnan for Tiger Lily was like jumping from the frying pan into the fire. However, instead of deciding to break up with Adnan after seeing his red flags, Tiger Lily decided to defend him with all her might. As per Tiger Lily, she knows what a controlling husband is like and Adnan definitely isn't one. However, no one really believes Tiger Lily, especially not fans or her cast members from before the 90 Days Season 7. Who could see right through Adnan's power play and Tiger Lily's submission? Adnan seems to love ordering Tiger Lily around in the marriage, and this goes beyond him asking her what to wear or who to be friends with. When Tiger Lily attended the tell-all with Adnan, she was dressed head to toe in something that looked a lot like a burqa, yet she said it was because she was conscious of her post-pregnancy body. Tiger Lily's co-stars felt that she looked scared and was seeking Adnan's approval before answering any questions. Meanwhile, Adnan decided to prove a point by walking out of the tell-all set. He wanted Tiger Lily to speak for herself and confirm she wasn't afraid of him. However, Adnan also asked Tiger Lily to be careful about her choice of words as he left. Everyone was trying to wake Tiger Lily up, but she just didn't seem to want to leave the situation. Adnan made the tell-all unwatchable for viewers. He tried to create a fight with Niles Valentine by provoking him and also picked on Sunny Madi and V. Netherton. Adnan knew that Niles was autistic and deliberately pushed his buttons by pushing him to the edge, probably to see what Niles could do before getting interrupted by production. He spoiled Niles and Matilda's segment when Matilda was asked about how she felt living away from her husband for 10 months. V, who has a brain tumor, was lying in between her takes and Adnan even tried to fight with her. Adnan was in no position to judge his co-stars just because he supposedly had the most successful storyline among them. Adnan seemed to think that his being married with a child made him a better cast member who was allowed to judge his co-stars because he was somehow better than them. After the tell-all, Tiger Lily took to Instagram to make shocking claims about Niles. She claimed that Niles was faking having autism, and she knew about it since she was a professional with a background in working with people with disabilities. She went on to claim that Niles had declared he would do anything for attention when he came to film the show. However, it looks like the claim was far more applicable to her own husband, since Adnan was trying to steal the spotlight from literally every cast member present at the filming, and even those who joined in via video call. Adnan was pretending to be the host of the show, even though he was not able to express himself owing to his limited knowledge of the English language. Most of Adnan's attention-grabbing techniques included shouting and yelling, making sure his voice drowned out what the other person said. Adnan is 23-year-old and all the tell-all did was prove how immature he was. Adnan should have been asked to leave the tell-all because he wasn't mature enough to do it himself if he felt insulted by other cast members. To Adnan, being a bully makes him manlier, and he seemed to be trying to impress Tiger Lily by acting what he thought was macho. This included him making fun of helpless cast members who had enough manners to not engage in a verbal war with him. Sadly, Niles took the bait. He walked into Adnan's trap. Adnan was making the tell-all into the Adnan Abdelfattah show. However, he could have done it by offering kind words of advice or coming to reasonable conclusions about other storylines. Instead, Adnan came across as inflammatory. He seemed to be interested in going the Angela Dean way so he could get cast in more shows for being aggressive. 90-Day Fiancé star Adnan was not thinking of the consequences of what his behavior on the set would result in. He didn't want to make any friends at the tell-all despite being a newcomer to the country who could have done with some cast member support, since the audience had already seen him being controlling with Tiger Lily. Adnan knew that he had the cameras on him and his attention hogging would have everyone talking about him when the episode aired. He didn't care about the unpleasant comments it would bring his way. Adnan felt like he was free to do what he wanted because he was so entertaining that he would be exempt from punishment like being fired. Adnan openly called the cast idiots. He wasn't affected by their opinions because he thought of himself as a star. Tiger Lily also didn't stop him and made her husband look like a fool. She sat in silence. She condoned his behavior, which gave Adnan the confidence to act worse. Adnan briefly showed his softer side to viewers and the cast, but it only lasted for a few moments. He became a dad at 22 and wanted 4 more kids. To him, his son is like a prize. Recently, Adnan told a fan that he married Tiger Lily for a green card and a baby. and while he said it jokingly, there may have been some truth to his confession. Pictures of Adnan's baby were made public for the first time during the tell-all. He liked showing off his life as a dad to his co-stars. It gave him validation. As mentioned previously, he felt like it gave him leverage over the others. Since he had not only managed to make his marriage work, he'd successfully gotten his visa and welcomed a baby before the tell-all where he was still together with Tiger Lily. Adnan said that Niles was a sugar daddy to Matilda. He didn't realize that he was sitting right next to his wife, who was 20 years older than him and doing pretty much what a sugar mama would do. Adnan wasn't thinking before he could speak. However, he could also have said it to mock Niles' financial condition. Adnan was aware that Niles was unable to bring Matilda to America because he didn't have enough money to apply for her visa. He also didn't have the money to go and fly to Ghana to meet her. Tiger Lily took to Instagram after the episode to announce that Adnan was thinking of offering money to Niles to help him bring Matilda to the US. Adnan wanted to shame Niles with his gesture after calling him Matilda's sugar daddy. Adnan was probably projecting because he himself is with a sugar mommy. However, he wanted to make Niles feel less privileged than him. Niles's parents basically disowned him for getting married to Matilda against their wishes because they believed she was a scammer. Niles had to ask the village elder, Mr. Ark, to step in as his father to not only fulfill some rituals during his wedding, but Mr. Ark also ended up paying for the ceremony. Niles was forever grateful to Mr. Ark, who he even referred to as his dad. Niles was embarrassed that he lost his cool in front of his father when he should have been on his best behavior. The sad part is that no one stood up for Niles when Adnan was bullying him. Niles was an easy target for Adnan. He must have wished that Mr. Ark was with him on set, so Adnan could have been taught a lesson. Adnan got away with most of his wrongdoings at the 90-day Fiancé before the 90 days tell-all. It has made Adnan even stronger and more confident, and it won't be surprising if he amplifies his bad boy act at his next tell-all.